Hey YouTube, I'm be showing you a video. Sorry about the light from on and the sound. I don't have a good camera yet. I'm gonna be showing you a video on how to rig up for shiners, so you can bass fish with them. It's one of the most popular ways. It's a little bit better than artificial or frog fishing or hard bait fishing like crankbaits, jerkbaits, stuff like that. So I'm going to show you how to rig it, and then on the next video I'm going to show you how to hook the shiner. But what you need is a 3, 4, or 5/0 shiner hook. Oops. It's basically a hook bent kind of like this, and then incaved in itself sideways. So you don't want to yank the hook on this one. You kind of just like want to yank and pull really hard at the same time, like reel in your slack and do that. But see, I had a what I'm using. Oh, hold on. I got like 4 of the rods over here. Alright. So what I'm using is this is a Shimano 3000 Crossfire 3000, something like that. I got this last year. And, the drag, this has 20 or 30 pounds of drag. I think it's just 15 or 20, something like that. Very strong reel. With a 7-foot medium heavy ugly stick. I did have a off-brand Bass Pro bait caster, like it was a little saltwater shiner bait caster. I'll try to leave a link in the description below. If I don't, then that means I can't find it. Then I had a 7-foot heavy action bait caster rod, medium heavy. But the bait caster rod seems a lot stronger than the spinning rod one. So yeah. And I have 65-pound braid on here. You don't want to use mono whenever you shiner fish, because or I prefer to use braid because you don't want stretch in it, you know. Plus braid, if there's heavy cover, you're gonna want to pull them out. So what you're gonna do is do a polymer knot, because you don't want to stick it through the loop and wrap it around and then stick it through that hole and pull, because braid, since it's twined into itself, it will literally unravel. I've pulled a knot out before that I tied like that, just with my hands. I just literally pulled it apart. So do your polymer knot. Be careful not to stretch the braid or fray it too much. So there's your polymer knot. Oh, I need a knife. Give me 1 second. Alright. Knife. You can get your tag in, put that in your mouth, go all the way down, cut right where the hook is. So I'll put a link in the, or no, oh my god, I can't. One of my next future videos after the one with the shiner fishing, I will have a video on how to tie a polymer knot. Really simple, really easy. You're gonna use one of these bobbers, about 2 inches tall, 1 inch in the width. This is so the shiner can't pull the bobber under. What I usually do is I'll stick the tallest part on the top, and I'll keep it about 1.5 foot, about 1.5 foot to 2 feet from my hook, from my shiner. So just hook it on there. Oh, this is difficult just a little. Just like that. So you should have, look myself. So here's your bobber, here's your line. That's about 2 foot. Yeah, that's about 2 foot. Yeah. Doesn't look like it on the camera, but it is. So I'm gonna pull my bobber down just a little bit. Careful not to fray my braid. And then get this. Hook it on there. Pull it tight. So I got it about a foot from my my hook. And I usually, there's a bloodline that will run through a fish the entire way. You're gonna hook the shiner. I hook it behind the dorsal fin, above the bloodline or the backbone, so it won't kill it. And that I want to make it swim kind of up and in the middle. It really doesn't matter because I've had them stay down, and I've had shiners stay on top of the water whenever I hook them in the back. One way is you can hook them below, like behind the anus, the butthole, behind the butthole, below the backbone or the bloodline, and that'll make them want to swim up. But the most popular way, the most successful way to get hookup ratios is to hook them through the bottom of the jaw and come out through the nose holes, because it's a lot easier. Or some people just hook them through the roof of the mouth, like right here, so that bottom lip is free. What that allows is the bass, it will take this shiner, like pretend there's a water level right here. It will take the bobber under sometimes, and if you ever see it pop back up, it's not because the bass doesn't want to eat it, it's because it has these crushers in the back of its mouth, and it takes it in, crushes that fish, and it spits it back out, and then it will, sorry about the camera, it will take it in head first. So it likes to, bass eat their food head first, never tail first. But so if you hook it through the nose as it goes in, you rip it out, you'll most likely catch the top of the jaw. That's usually what happens. I usually hook them right on the bone inside of the jaw, or on the side of the lip. So I just hook it on. Ooh, actually, matter of fact, I have a hook holder on my rod, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have so many hate comments saying everybody knows how to hook a rod on. But this is I think this reel was $40 from Walmart. I know this is actually a pretty decent reel. Actually, I think this is no, this is a Shimano. Doesn't say, but I know it is, because my wow, that's really oily. I mean, I love this reel. This reel is so smooth. The drag is amazing on it. 65-pound braid. I fished with 40, 30, 20-pound braid. It's not really my thing. I've set hooks on bass with 20-pound braid, but it broke each time. But whenever I use braid, I usually go 50-pound plus, and braid is essential for frog fishing. But you can throw your shiner up along a lily pad bank, like where all the lily pads are. If you're fishing in the middle of a lake, if there's any lily pads, any grass, keep it out of the grass or keep it out of the lily pads. Or if there's a pocket in between all the lily pads, it's like 5 feet in diameter. That's usually like 60 to 70% of the time means that there's a bass bed there. I know because I have polarized glasses and I can see. You want to throw it in there. And sometimes when you shiner fish also, let's see, it will sometimes take, sometimes it takes 30 seconds, sometimes it takes 20 minutes. It just depends on where the bass are, how they are, if they're active. But I've heard a lot of rumors about fish a full moon, and a lot of rumors saying do not fish a full moon. I have a calendar somewhere, but in November, I think it was November 6th or November 9th of last year, 2016, I caught my personal best bass, which is 9 pounds 6 ounces in a freaking boat canal with a live shiner. 5 inches, about 5 inches long, probably about the size of my hand. No, about a 5.5, 6 inch shiner. But you'd be surprised. Also, you'd be surprised on how much bass can eat. I caught let's see, I caught a shiner about that long with a little small hook. I sometimes catch it with a cast net. That long, and I caught a bass about a foot long, dude. You'd be surprised about how much they can take for a little fish. It's pretty crazy. Alright, guys, I enjoyed this. I'll see you next time, man. Next time we're going to catch some bass. Alright?